the reason I wanted to talk about this because one, it's like people stray away from reality. People stray. For me, growing up, I remember like I was always a quiet, goofy. I was quiet, but I was goofy though. Quiet meaning, I was quiet in where I wasn't in grown folks' business, or I wasn't one of the ones like my cousins and them that used to like to be in the living room and sitting in grown people's face, listening to the conversation. For one, I knew I was gonna get in trouble or get embarrassed, cause my aunts and my mom and them was the type, "What you doing in here with grown people? Bye, bye. We heard bye. Get out of here. Ain't nothing in here for y'all. Quit being grown. Quit trying to listen. What you listening for? Go play." We had to go outside and find something to do. And most of the time, we were probably, more than likely, we was either outside fighting each other or, playing hide and seek, tag, jump rope, on the trampoline, or at summer camp sometimes, depending on, So, I had some cousins that used to be, their parents treated them as if they were best friends and if they were scared of them, and some parents just was existing. They wasn't parenting, and their parents was, like that to them. So, I remember coming up, you had some family members, you had some uncles, you had some of your cousins, baby daddies, used to look at you, and undress you with their eyes, but they never tried. Nobody ever tried me. Nobody ever, said something or touched me, and I thank the Lord for that. But they sure looked and made comments. I heard them, but I was thick, and believe it or not, I had wider hips when I was younger. I don't know why. Well, my mama, she got, wide hips on her, but honey, after I had my son, honey, it's like my body did the reverse. Do you hear me? But yeah, and I remember, being around people that watching one of my cousins count money, because he used to sell drugs, and I used to catch him counting big stacks of money on his bed or sitting on his bearskin rug in his room. And I was, around a lot of personalities as a kid. You had your family members. I watched family members sit and talk about another family member. Like, I remember all of this stuff. And they, as a kid, and growing up too, you could see that, why you talking about them? And then y'all over here doing this in y'all house. By me being a kid, I knew you could see everybody's business, right? But you never spoke on it. Well, I never spoke on it because it wasn't my place. Until I got older, okay? I know a few family members that did not work, never had a job. Family members who couldn't have kids, family members who always stayed in mess. Then you got the family member who is alcoholics and drug heads, but try to keep it a secret, And when I got older, everything started coming out more. Everything started making sense. And I am not the only one in the world that got druggies and successful people in their family. My cousin, one of my older cousins, recently just finally became a doctor. I'm so proud of her. Every time I see her, she got something good going on. And I'm so proud of her. First it was the book. Now it's you, girl, you a whole doctor, period. So, everybody got their people in their family that's either successful or halfway there or trying to get there, or who just don't want nothing in life. And coming up, I used to see a few people that live off the government and survive off the government their whole life, or their baby daddy, halfway took care of them because he was either on drugs and that's all they knew, so they allowed and stayed and dealt with because they ain't know no better. And then you got the people who always done had something, you know what I'm saying? And then they kids, you know what I'm saying, their kids got older, or it's things that their kids did that jeopardized their home or their future, you know, because the kids weren't right. So we gotta understand that parents can be toxic. Kids can be toxic. Or everybody, the whole damn house can be toxic. You know? For example, and I'm probably going to jump all over the place, but if you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. For example, a toxic child could be, I have someone in my family who, he was really bad growing up. Like, terrible. Like, was on different medications because he was behavior. I'm talking about every school he went to, he got kicked out. He stayed fighting. And I can say, like, my opinion used to be, it's because his mama used to be fighting men and was dating no good men. So that's probably where he get it from, been around a toxic environment. That could be. Or it could just be, it ain't had nothing to do with that, he was just bad as hell. Like, who knows? But every cookout, every function, this particular cousin and the sister the sister was usually the good child, but the sister always piggybacked on what the sibling used to do. So the sister started becoming like the sibling. Bad, want to fight, every cookout. The grandma or the mama get mad because another family member always call them out saying they need to sit down, they bad, they need a whooping. Every time they go somewhere, every time they come somewhere, they always fighting. Then you got the conflict that's going to be created between the grown-ups because the grown-up can't take criticism or can't take advice because she gonna feel offended because she feel like someone's coming for her child. She feel like her parenting is being attacked. When really, at the end of the day, your child is bad and need either therapy or medication or just beat them. I'm sorry. Honey, I grew up off whoopings. Okay? Now, I'm just saying, it's people on here that don't believe in spanking your child and popping your child. They believe using time out and taking stuff away. Is it okay? You could take that stuff away. Now I do believe that. Take stuff away that they love, that they hate to part from. Do that. But honey, you better spare the rod for that child. Honey, you better sit down before you get beat up in here. Do you hear me? Don't be talking back and don't smack no teeth. I ain't used to do that. I was scared of my mama growing up. I not used to do that, but I wasn't a perfect child. I used to do stuff like, no, I started talking back when I started, what they say, smelling my pee or smelling myself. When I got in like middle school, that's when I started like doing the eye roll and stuff. I would try to do it behind my mama back, but it's like she always knew. And when I started mumbling, I was a bad mumbler, honey. I used to always mumble, honey. When I got mad at my mama, I will mumble. Do you hear me? And she used to always kiss me. And she be like, don't run your mouth. I'm going to pop your daddy on lips. Say it again. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, she definitely didn't play with me about that. And I think my mama was the toughest on me because I was her only girl. And, I mean, I don't know. I don't have none of my mama ways. I don't have none of her ways besides the anger problem. Whenever my mama get mad, she's like a raging bull. And that's another thing. Y'all got to quit saying it depends on what type of sign a person is why they a certain way. They ain't got nothing to do with nothing because each person, each sign, when them person make them mad, they get mad. So that's bullcrap. She's just a headstrong person, but I do believe that certain signs have different personalities. I'm gonna say that, different personalities, and people bring their own energies. You know, each sign has their own energy, but I think that overall, if a person that's just normal, an animal will get mad, a dog will get mad, a cat will get mad. They ain't got no zodiac. So stop labeling and saying, you know, oh, cause you are Aries, y'all got huge tempers. What? That don't make sense. So I got to be a certain zodiac sign to have a certain type of temper. That don't make sense to me. I think certain people, their personalities are more superior than others, or they might, go about doing stuff certain ways. But I mean, at the end of the day, a hypocrite is a hypocrite, a clown is a clown, and a duck is a duck. But anyway, she used to always, make me do like a lot of housework and stuff like that. And now growing up, I understand, but I used to be hell for me. I understand now, because you want your child to be independent. You want your child to be independent and not to rely on nobody. I cannot stress this enough to my son. Okay? I'm trying to teach him now. Use me as an example, son. I don't care. Use whatever you done seen as an example. Please, you have your whole life ahead of you. God, the Lord willing, right? Do not create or be comfortable or be acceptive to do not accept a toxic lifestyle or toxic relationship or toxic family. No, because people don't believe that people's energies and spirits can rub off on you. Before you know it, you see him doing stuff and acting like, no. So that's why I be tough on my baby as far as get up and, get this room clean. I be fussing at him about keeping his bathroom clean. He getting better at it. Because, you get tired of hearing something. You get tired of somebody coming at you, fussing at you. After a while, you gonna get up and move around. And I'm just on him because I want him to have a focus. I want him to always have a focus or a destination, a goal he's trying to reach. Because it's necessary. When I was brought up, I wasn't told and sat down and talked to about goals and credit and being self-reliant. That didn't hit me until I got older. So now I got to go back and repair and fix things that if I had been schooled on prior to, I would have been, already halfway there. You know what I mean? So I'm glad that, I'm able to have family members, because all of them ain't bad now. All of them ain't bad, that are very successful. And I have one aunt. This is what she did. This one aunt, I would consider her a little bougie, right? But she still is, now you real close to my car, sir. All right. Sorry, y'all. He ain't had to turn that wide. I'm over here parked, waiting on the store to open. If I can get me a thing to mount my phone on, because it ain't open yet. So I said, well, let me go ahead and just prop my phone up anyway and park right here. I'm literally in the parking lot. I can flip the camera and y'all can see where I'm at. Oh, wait, I can't flip it because I'm recording. But anyway, and here you come turning all wide and stuff all over here. I'm way over here at the last row. And you got no business turning that wide over here. Going on. But back to what I was saying. I wasn't taught that. Like, I was taught to hush your mouth, don't talk back, keep yourself clean, keep yourself up, look decent, and stay in a child's place. Oh, and learn how to cook. That's it. That is it. I started doing my own hair when I was about 9, because my mom used to keep my hair done. She used to have people braid, and my auntie used to do my hair. But after a while, I think somebody left a perm in my hair too long, so child had me bald headed out here in these streets at an early age. But my aunt, she fell back from the family. She used to come to almost every function. Always came late. Her little boo. And me and her daughter are very close. That's the cousin who she was in my video, my birthday video. She was sitting across from me. Her mama. And her mom and my mom grew up together. So they literally even though they're not blood sisters, they're still my auntie. And she is like basically like a real aunt, right? So she pulled back. I know that she stopped coming to family functions, stopped, being so engaged. And she was always smart. My aunt has always been smart. She was in school then. So she finally graduated. And not only did she graduate, she got her a brand new home, and she just got her a new car. She could have been had her a car. She had drove the same car for like 5 years. She was being smart. She was waiting to save. And my aunt is so smart and so freaking pretty. She always carry herself. You will never see her coming out the house looking any kind of way. My aunt do not play, honey. Baby, she comes out the house dressed to impress every time, and I live for it. I love it. And people, certain family members, whenever she didn't come to something or whenever she wasn't around, they'd be like, certain cousins, the same people who it's funny because you got the shady family members. Honey, they'd be like, yeah, she thinks she bougie. They think da-da-da. They try to act like da-da-da-da. They be trying to act, this and that and that. Why is y'all talking about people? Because all y'all do is sit around and drink, trying to kill your kidneys and your liver. All y'all do is sit around and still living off Section 8 for 14 plus years. Ain't trying to teach your children about saving and investing and credit repairs. Because you done use your kids on bills to get cable and lights turned on. Like, I'm just serious. Like, I don't understand. I do not understand why people can't, keep it real. But, I mean, and then it be people... I'm getting sidetracked. Never mind. Stay on what you're talking about. Stay on what you're talking about, see? Stay on what you're talking about. Okay. So, because she carried herself a certain way, people want to judge her and try to dig up dirt on her life when she really ain't got none. She really ain't got none. I'm pretty sure she ain't squeaky. Well, she do. Let me retract that. Yes, she do. She got it. One flaw that I know that's a big flaw. But she don't think nobody know. But a couple people know. Y'all got that skill. Look at that right there. I been sitting here crying, baby. Done got my face ashy. That's that coconut oil I put on. It ran right through there. And I was in here crying. I got a whole dried up tear on my face. And I was in here listening to that. Ooh, gospel music do it to me now. Every time. But yeah. So... and her daughter, and then they want to start talking about her daughter, which is one of my favorite cousins. And I used to think that my cousin was a little bougie or whatever when we were growing up, because she always used to keep her hair done and be prissy like. She didn't like to get dirty. She wasn't wild like us. Like, she always was a girly girl. I was a tomboy. I always been one. And it took for us to grow up, even though we still used to be close. I used to bully my cousins. I used to bully all my girl cousins when we was kids. I don't know why. I was a bully. Used to beat them up and take their little blankies. They used to walk around sucking their fingers. Some of them used to suck at me. Get your finger out your mouth. I always used to like to wrestle. So I was always aggressive. Like, that's not funny, but that's just what I was. I was an aggressive teenage girl who just didn't let nobody punk her or run her. And, but everybody still loved me, though. Even though I used to bully them, they still used to be up on me. They always just call me when they went to get in a fight. They were like, I'm going to get my cousin. My cousin for that fight with me, child. I was on the scene ready. Always. Crazy, man. Listen, hey, it is what it is. But growing up now, looking at my cousin, she is definitely like a replica of her mom. She classy. She don't be indulged in a whole bunch of mess. She do not do a whole bunch of gossiping. She tell me everything. She love to take trips. I can't wait till we in the works. And she just be really to herself. She don't go hang out with the drama and the toxic family member that we got. She focused on her and her baby. She got 2 baby girls. She don't be indulged, so they call that being bougie. But then you got another cousin who think because she light skinned and red and red as the sky, that she's some kind of diva. She has, what you call it, when people be going off of people's skin color, shade of color, and they, what y'all call it? When people be acting a certain way towards people of certain color. Child, I don't know, not racist, but what's the word? But girl, you don't even look like nobody in our family. So I don't understand. Like, you bougie, but you was getting beat on by your baby daddy, and you were getting drugged for a whole 2 years to try to keep the secret. Oh, because you got you a corporate job that make you better than somebody. How? Why did you sit down trying to downgrade people? And you done came, I done seen you come limping into a cookout, and you go try to run hide upstairs because you don't want anybody to know that your baby daddy trying to run you over again. Like, and they always be the group of family members, and I'm talking about my own family members. They always want to sit around and talk about and try to drag people. But what about you? You see here, I have family members that will literally come around you and, like, for instance, this is one family member, right? Well, she's not really my blood, and I really don't claim her like that no more, because once you disrespect my mama, I can't deal with you. I grew up with them. Her mama married my uncle, and they've been divorced for like 3 years now. But I always consider her my cousin because we literally grew up together. So, she is 20, she in her late 20s now. Don't have no kids. As long as I know her, she only had 2 jobs. All she do is sit around and drink, smoke, get high, and screw. Don't halfway bathe. Disrespect her mama, try to fight her mama. Every time she's come around, I always need a cigarette, drink up everybody liquor, get drunk, be trying to sleep with people, man. Like, what is wrong with you? What do you have to live for? But see, her mama kept her in a toxic environment. Always. Kept her in a toxic environment. So it rubbed off. Because all of her kids is like that. The girl I'm talking about, all her siblings are like that. Nobody's successful except one. But she recognized the toxic environment when she was 17 to move out of her mom's house. She got a good job. She is engaged. She been in a decent relationship for years now. And she been on her own since she was 17. She got a nice car, nice house, nice home, whatever. She do not come around him at all. And sometimes you got to get away. Now let's talk about toxic parenting. Well, hold on, before I get into that. And about these family members. You got some that'll come to every cookout, every function. They be coming there dressed up. Honey, sometimes they went right to City Trends and Rainbow, because now I like their tank tops and their socks now. I ain't knocking nobody who go shop at Rainbow, because I do love their sandals now. They do got some good sandals. And I love me some sandals, babe. They cute. I'm buying it. But honey, you come up in there, you know you ain't got nobody job. So how is you getting money to dress up? And if you still selling nickel and dime, call yourself drug dealer, and you going around still selling dime bags, you ain't moving no weight. You need to get out my face talking about what you done accomplished or bragging on yourself, because I don't want to show you the proof. Why do people always got to get up and try to procrastinate and showboat and try to make put on a front? Yeah, because you know what I'm saying? I just left the bank. Or yeah, woo, you sit up here with these new clothes on, but you ain't got no, your woman done bought you that. Like, I don't believe no grown man should have to be living off of a female. You need to at least, if y'all not gonna go 50-50, you need to at least be able to hold your own self down. Like, I don't care. No. I never will accept the fact that a grown man lives and feeds off of another human being, no matter if it's his girlfriend or his mama. Stand on your own. And a grown woman too. I ain't just talking no grown man. Man, what? I'm a fair person. And I see if it's all across the board. If you are an adult, I don't care if you are married, do not expect me, I wouldn't never expect someone to completely take care of me, pay all my bills. I'm sorry. I just feel like that because guess what? You don't know. It don't matter how good you think y'all relationship is, or you think that y'all relationship perfect, or he's so perfect, or she's so perfect, or whatever. Honey, you better have you a rainy day account with buku money in there saved up, and be, have y'all bills combined. Because what if he flipped the script one day, got a whole nother lifestyle, and decide to say F you and these bills and this house? Then what? Then you got to go pursue after your money when you need to already have yours. When you already need to have yours, you already need to be on top of stuff, involved, double checking behind him to make sure stuff paid. What account is coming out of? I'm just saying, don't be fully reliant on nobody to take care of you. That's my whole point. Always have backup or stand on your own. I mean, I just feel like that. And it's totally fine for people to disagree, but I just feel like that. Maybe it's because I always took care of myself. I've been around people that do for me, but I'm just like that. I'm just self-reliant. Like, I don't know. I can't help but be like that. I just have to. And being that way has helped me not stay stuck in situations. Now, recently I was, a few years ago, because I was just totally distracted. I'm not lying. I was distracted and involved with people that I ain't had no business being bothered with. And that was my karma, and that's what I get. That's what I get. Because I wasn't waiting. I wasn't sitting down nowhere and waiting and being patient and praying. Instead, I would run these streets, trying to be on every scene, trying to parlay, trying to hang out. Nope, that wasn't it. That was not it. That was not it. And I've always been the type of family member who, when I go sit at functions, you got the group of people that sit up and gossip and talk about everybody. It's 2 cousins in my family. They sit and talk about everybody. And I know they don't talk about me. I know they don't talk about me because it hit the fan 2 years ago. But they literally talk about, it's 2 female cousins. Both of them don't have no room to talk about nobody. Because guess what? These 2 cousins, first of all, y'all know I love my BBW. But don't be a BBW and you got a nasty attitude and you just nasty. I go in your bathroom right now and you got big nasty drawers and your bathtub is black, is all outside. How can you sit and talk about somebody? No. You just not getting off Section 8. You've been on Section 8 for 15-some years. And you got the nerve to talk about people who already got something going on. I don't like that. And yeah, I keep talking about Section 8, and I'm kudos to whoever got it. But my point is, if you know you ain't never been self-reliant, and you done always depended on help, or you ain't never really been out here on your own and making a way, don't be trying to down somebody who already got a piece of reality, who already done got a piece of it, and they eating. You can't be mad at that. You can't do that. Don't try to downgrade people. What about you? It's them 2 family members that always talk about people's relationship, and they to this day don't have nobody. They done got left, dumped, used, and abused, and that's why they're even more miserable. But them the type of cousins that go around and try to post and flaunt, like, oh, we taking trips. Child, y'all is going in together as a group and getting these rooms and going on these trips. Go on a solo trip, because I'm about to. Do stuff by yourself. Don't always have to run in a clique of people. At least have people in that clique that's like on a business level. Somebody that can put you up on game. Somebody that can invest in you. I mean, I'm just saying, don't be sitting around being a flunky. Don't be a whole bunch of group of dummies. I'm just saying. But then you got other side of the family. You have, I have one of my aunts that is a nurse. She's a nurse administrator, and she's very down to earth. Honey, My aunt, when she got work, she would pop her open her Miller and smoke her cigarette and talk to you just like she's very friendly. She's very, very smart. I love her to death. I went to stay with her when I went to high school. I think I only stayed with her for like 6 months. Very sweet. She give me anything I want. I love her to death. And people always be, she too strict and she act like this, she act funny. Well, okay. She don't mean no harm. She very opinionated, but I don't see nothing wrong with Auntie. Auntie just got her little ways that she said she don't like to be around no foolishness. She don't like to be around nobody arguing. She don't like to talk about. She don't really talk about folks. Like, y'all gotta stop trying to make it seem like the people who are different or got something going on or got something going for themselves is trying to be funny or trying to be little people. Now, it's some that do, and it ain't right. But don't be coming side nobody because they got a little piece of brain. Come on now. I just disagree with people trying to always talk about and downgrade people all the time. Okay, no matter who you is. Especially if you know you done did some stuff, if you know you ain't right. If you know you ain't right. But just because we don't know certain things you done did, or if we do know certain things people done did, okay? But anyway, so it was this particular incident, right? I was at a party. This was like, I think this was like 2012, 2013. And it was a lot of us there. This same cousin I'm talking about, well, I see it's just instilled in me. I still call her my cousin because we grew up together. But anyway, her mama, currently, at the time, she had just got off drugs. She had been doing drugs for like, about 7 years, something like that, about 7 years. And I heard that her daughter was doing drugs because at the time she was 18. But I didn't really know. Girl, we at the party. We all chilling or whatever. And I noticed how, because, it was some hood niggas there. It was some hood. The hood was in there, too. So they was on the backside doing whatever they were doing, drinking and stuff. I was in the middle. And then you had people in another room. So, I'm back and forth, walking and talking to people, listening, fix me a drink, and going, to shooting, talking to people, whatever. And I see her scroll through the house. She already leaning. Now, the party ain't been on for about an hour. You already leaning, stumbling over. This at a young age. She already was drinking heavy or whatever. So, I goes in the kitchen to start fixing me something to eat because I got to eat something. And I know that they shut the door to the door to the den. And one of my aunts went in there. I got a lot of aunts, so y'all never know which aunt I'm talking about. One of my aunts went in there. And somebody else went in there. So a few more people went in there. And I was like, what they shut the door for? I think they were finna sell some drugs. So you know how people sell weed. I never thought across my mind that they was in there doing what they were doing. Baby, I opened that door to see what they was in there doing. Because I was finna walk back through there to walk to the, where I'm going. Honey, they in there passing the bag to each other. Literally. They was passing a white little bag. You know the little bags that they be selling that stuff in or selling the weed in. And they had about that much little white stuff in the bottom of it. And, honey, they were passing the bag around. So y'all in here sniffing and snorting that stuff. I said, I'm ready to go. I mean, come on, bruh. Y'all could have went to y'all car and did it. Or y'all could have went outside in the back where nobody could see y'all. I don't like to be around that stuff. I ain't gonna sit here and pick at you because you doing it. Okay, I might make a little joke, call you junkie or something. Okay, well, whatever. Ooh. But you're not finna see, I'm not finna be in no damn party with nobody getting high. Now, smoking blunt, okay, that's cool. But no. And I told my mama, she told, even though her mama used to get high too, but she didn't feel like they were right. Like, she did herself in her room in the closet, like, high. But honey, she went there cutting up, and she cussed her daughter out. So the daughter want to get mad. Now, she already got high and started, she was drunk. Honey, she started with her mama, and they broke out to fighting. Baby, they would fist fight in the house, and I don't know why she always tried to fight her mom, because her mama always whoop her every time. Baby, I'm just sitting there on the floor, and I'm sitting there on the side looking at them fight. I done knocked the fish tank over and all that. I'm like, child, let me get out the door, child. I'm finna go. So me and my mama, we was getting ready to leave, and some more of my cousins and stuff. Honey, she got mad and started trying to fuss at everybody else because her mama had jumped on her. Honey, I had to get in between. My cousins finna jump on her. So it's been, you got situations, people got situations where they done grew up in the ghetto environments, ghetto households, and stuff like that, because I sure have. But then you got the other side of my family, like my grandpa. My grandpa and his wife have always been successful. My grandpa don't even work no more, him and his wife. His wife is retired from the bank, from working for a bank for over 30 years. And he now has his own lawn care service, but he don't really work like that no more because he's getting older. Grandpa always have been successful. Do you know it's family members that hate on them? Hate on my grandpa or my granddaddy because he had his house built years ago. He had his house built when I was in middle school. And it been that same big old house. And he now drive his big Mercedes Benz, period. And him and his wife both got beautiful cars. Beautiful homes, just them. Every time somebody died in the family, who they call? My granddad. Looking for him to pay. But no, y'all be sitting around talking about them, acting like telling them, oh, they bougie, because they got nice stuff and they live good. My granddad not even messy. When he go to family functions, he be there for like an hour and some change. He might drink him some beer, and they gonna gamble. Because my granddad and them, and my uncles and them, they gambles, baby. And they gamble 50s and 100s and 20s on the table. They're not gambling for no change. I'm talking about real card games going on. Do you hear me? Serious money. And they might have his little Hennessy or his little Jack Daniels on the table. And they, it be a vibe. But honey, why is y'all hating on that man and his wife because they is successful and somewhere minding their business? I just don't understand that. People is toxic. Family members can be toxic because they are toxic to themselves. So they want it to spill over on folks. Okay, now let's jump on the toxic parents. When I say toxic parents, I'm talking about parents who got unfulfilled, parents who have unresolved issues from whatever and whenever life or certain events happen to them, and they want to use you as an outlet or use other people as an outlet because you are within reach or you are the closest thing or the next thing to them that they can, disperse their energy to. I never understood it, and I probably never will. But I've seen a lot of that. I've seen a lot of that coming up. You got a parent who sit there and undrugged all her life and prostituted, but still demand respect from her child. Yes, you say honor thy father, thy mother. Also can't provoke a child. Do not provoke your child. Okay? And I just don't understand why, if a toxic parent, especially parents that go in and out of their children's life, has always had bad luck, a parent who has always had bad luck all the days of their life, nothing ever worked out for them, they just got a strain of bad luck following them, and get mad when things go wrong and they definitely deny anything that got to be them or anything that they, and ain't nothing they fault. They gonna deny it. On top of that, they are also going to put the blame wherever it fit. And you know what I've come to realize? A lot of toxic parents, they got like a personality disorder. Or they got like an alter ego that it kicks in whenever times get rough. And they be like, well, no, I got this. I don't know. It ain't bothering me. I'm good. And they try to brush stuff off, and deep down inside, yo, you dying. You losing yourself. But you expect for your children, or you expect for your cousins or certain family members to pull you out of your gutter, the same damn gutter you keep climbing in, the same ditch you keep climbing in. Every time you make a mistake and want to deal with sorry, no good people, either sorry, no good men, or you got a sorry, no good woman, and you invest all your soul into them while they investing all their soul into something else, don't respect you, halfway care about you, but then you want to sit here and try to criticize and give somebody else some advice. No, have a seat. Stop creating a toxic lifestyle, because sometimes the things that people do, it rubs off and it affects everyone. It does. Now let's talk about toxic ass kids. Okay? I thank the Lord for my child. Let me get that out the way, because he definitely is not toxic. Amen. I know a lot of children who have caused their parents a lot of pain and suffering. I know somebody right now, they got their mama evicted and kicked off the Section 8 program. This happened 3 years ago because he wants to be a scammer out here in these streets and keep using his mama address and she keep on bailing him out of jail and all that. Why is you going to get this man out of jail and using him to sign his bond papers and stuff? And now they come bothering you. The last straw was that boy did something running from warrants, and you lying saying you don't know where he at. Now you done got kicked off your Section 8. That's crazy. But this same son, you go around. This same son, you go around, get mad when somebody says something about him. That's that same one gonna have you in the ground, cause you give him too much. You won't let him grow up and be a man and then he put his hands on you. I constantly remind my son, and he don't even be bothering me. It'd be something I done seen online or something I done heard. And I tell him about it, or be talking about it, and he might hear me talk about it. I say, if you ever, I just say, just get on away from me before I get you, because I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you, and I'm going to hurt you, because I'm going to let you know you can't play with me like that. I love you more than I love myself. My son would never have a reason to put his hands on me. And that's another thing. We can try to be the best parents and do and instill and encourage and love a child to death. But them coming up, especially my son at his age now, by him being his age, I can only pray that he continue to keep a clear mind and think positive. My son said, I don't want to grow up smoking. I don't want to grow up drinking. I don't want to do none of that. I just want to be successful. Right now, he's thinking that. But see, he has not had a touch of reality. He ain't went through nothing yet. Well, yes, he has. He went through the loss of his grandma, which is, sad. But he really had to live his own life yet, right? So what if he, gets presented to, if he out hanging out, he gonna get presented with it. And I just pray, Lord, please don't let my son, please don't let him just be in the midst of this stuff and get caught up, Lord. Please, Jesus. But see, I ain't going to be able to be there with him all the time. But I want my spirit and my voice to always be in his head. Because when I tell you, I be on my son like right on rice. I be like, what you thinking? What you think about? When we in the car and he listening to, if he put on a certain song, and because he like acoustic soul, like Brent Faiyaz and Giveon, and he'll switch it to Erykah Badu or something. And I know he be on the phone with his little girlfriend all the time. So when he switches certain songs, I be feeling like he's sad about something. He got something on his mind. So I asked him, like, what's on your mind? What's up? I said, you good? You sure? I said, don't lie to me now. And I always do that all the time. And he be like, nothing. And he'll laugh at me because I'm like that. Because I want to know. Because nobody did that with me. Now, I ain't gonna lie. My aunts and uncles and stuff and my dad, because me and my dad have a long distance, halfway relationship. I can't lie about that. But I have an uncle who done treated me like I'm his daughter. I love him to death. That was the uncle that I showed you guys in my video, my birthday vlog. The tall, bald head. He would say, I love my uncle to death. And he always been there. I could talk to him and my auntie Shaky. I can always vent to them and, you know, just let them know what's on my mind. They always be like, Niecy Pooh, that's what they call me. What's wrong with you? Call me Maggie. Maggie, what's up, Maggie? And it's like, it feels good to know that you have people that you can really vent to. And they don't really go back. I mean, I don't care if they go back and repeat anything, but I know that they haven't. Because, honey, it's been some stuff I done told. And sometimes I just keep stuff to myself, too. But my son, you know, and my mama, too. I can tell her certain things. But certain things, you know, you don't want to tell your mama. You know what I'm saying? But he would come to me and talk to me about politics and wars and laws. And he always want to talk about that stuff. And that is so exciting to me because it's like, you really be on it, son. Like, you really, you know what I'm saying? For right now, my son is I wouldn't even say perfect. I ain't gonna lie. I can't call my son perfect because he gets on my last nerves, some stuff that he do. But to me, he is a good child right now. But that can change. And I'm not wishing that on my son. I'm just being real. I cannot expect him to be a good child all his life. I can try my best to make it, to try to force that out of him or to instill, you know, goodness in him. But I have to try to be an example as well. And I be trying and I be slipping up sometimes, especially when I get on here talking about some rah-rah stuff. But most of the time outside of YouTube, I'm really like doing whatever he want to do. On the weekend, if I know I want to hang out on a Saturday, I'm going to take my son, you want to go shoot ball first? You want to go to the gym first? What you want to do? You know? I just always try to include him in the things that I do because you don't want to be, I grew up in a household where the parents, all they want to do is sit around on the weekend, have a cookout, but the cookout really turned into a grown people drink session. People get drunk, get high, start wanting to fight. Now the kids' fun is cut off. Kids having fun just running around laughing at y'all or running around playing with each other. Now we can't be kids because y'all want to be kids. You feel me? Like, kids can be toxic. You know, I don't think it's fair for a child to have the power to create toxic environments and to hinder their parents' futures because of the decisions they make. But then you gotta also think about, where did it come from? What was the reason? It couldn't have been, you know, sometimes it could be a situation where, the child turned out, or when he became, or turned out to be a butthole. When he got older, he started tripping, or she started tripping out and doing stuff and wasn't really doing that. You know, maybe something happened. Maybe they got into a bad relationship and the dude or the guy just traumatized them and made them turn cold and they just flipped out. Maybe it was, you know, somebody they fell out with. They lost their best friend, cheated on them. I mean, best friend messed around with their people on them. Or best friend lied to them or stole something from them. Maybe something happened. Maybe, you know, somebody tried to molest them and you didn't know about it. It ain't always got to be something the parent did, why the child turned out to be bad, too. We got to look at everything. I sure asked my son. I asked him, I come out the blue and be like, if I'm watching the movies, because stuff will trigger me to thank him. And I be like, you better tell me, or if we watch something, I said, you better tell me. And he said, no. Anybody ever tried me like that? And I thank the Lord. And, you know, I thank the Lord. I've never, had a dream about nothing like that. I tell you, when I tell you I dream about stuff and all my dreams be messages and all of them be accurate, I ain't gotta lie about that, baby. You ain't gonna find my dreams in no dream book. I'll tell you that right now. But he always showed me stuff before it happened. That's the honest truth. But I just wanted to touch on that. I know I was all over the place and I'm probably talking loud now because I don't think y'all can hear me. But I think it is about time. I feel like I got an eye booger. I think it's about time for my store to open up, you guys. So I've been on here for almost an hour. I thank y'all for tuning in. Hopefully you made it all the way to the end. And yeah. Oh, one more thing. I ain't forget about y'all. And let's talk about the cousins and the ones that always come around with an attitude, and the aunts and uncles or whoever, whatever family member, always want to come around with an attitude, always come around mean mugging, and always got an attitude, always mad about something. Why is you so mad? Why is you here? Don't nobody want you. Don't come trying to kill nobody vibe. Cause you mad and you going through whatever you're going through. Pray about it first and come around your family to lighten your spirit. Nobody don't want to sit around nobody that's always mean and mad with your lip poked out. Yeah, and stop always coming around family trying to give us some sorry story you done made up your line because you low-key got a drug problem and you trying to use that money that people give you that you swear you gonna pay back. Let me borrow $20. You know I got your back, I got your back, sis. Stop lying. Stop using us to try to go get high. But y'all make sure y'all hit the like, comment, share button. Like and share. And comments, please comment and let me know, if y'all understand what I'm talking about. And it is what it is. I will see y'all on the next video. And peace out.